Hello everyone and welcome for another video of Love and Wargames. In this video, we are showcasing the package that we have received from Gamemat.Eu. I will put the link in the description. And we made kind of partnership because I was looking at their website and they had so many of cool terrain, as you can see here. And we contacted them asking like, yeah, do you want to make a partnership? Like, so we showcase your products. Fair case to say, I had, in another lifetime, like 5 years ago, I had some Gamemat pre-painted terrain for Warhammer 40,000, and I really enjoyed them. And when I saw this, I was like, damn, this would be really cool for Dystopian Wars. So we discussed a little bit, and there is a partnership going on right now where we will not gain anything on it, like Love and Wargames, but we got these packages for like a fraction of the price. And we also have a code for you if you want to buy this stuff. So that being said, what is actually interesting in Gamemat.Eu, well, I will make a little going on the web browser to show you what they have. But to sum it up, we have some game mats, as the name suggests, but especially, and they are the only ones that I know that do this, they have these pre-painted terrains, which for a cheap price, like a cheapish price for the quality, you can have these very solid, thick resin-made terrain already painted, and they're ready to put like this. I literally just unboxed the package that I received, and there it is. So you have this package, for example, where you have all these terrains for about 150 euros. I'll tell you the exact price at the end of the video when we browse their website. And then, I don't know if you can see, but this is heavy. Like, it is a very nice feeling to carry this terrain in the hands, and those will make beautiful islands on Dystopian Wars. I want to showcase you some of the game mats that have been given. I received 2. You will see them on time with our battle reports, especially when we're gonna have Armored Clash battle reports and Conquest, etc. Because for now, Gamemat.Eu does not have any oceanic terrain, but the owner told me that this is something that is planned for 2024. So of course we will cover this if the oceanic game mats look interesting. Really, the thing that I was really has been a revelation for me are not the game mats, even though they were given and they're very good neoprene quality. We'll have a quick look after, but it's not the game mat that have flashed for my eyes. They're good. They're, to be fair, like there are tons of game mats maker on the market. Gamemat.eu are really some of the highest quality ones we'll see on the website, but they have some very interesting motifs. As you can see, this is not just grass, like they have some printed design on it, and it really looks good. We'll have a look, but this is not what I want to say. What I want to show you is that if you take some game mats, or even if you don't, have a look at those things. This is what we've been looking for. This is some sort of archway that will be amazing terrain for Dystopian Wars, because the most common review that I hear is the game is too lethal. Like, we cannot hide, nothing happens, like everybody's dead by the end of turn 2. And yes, the game is lethal, especially if you play with insufficient terrain. There are some official resin terrain from War Cradle, which are very nicely detailed, and they're very beautiful. And you can see what Steve did, and we've the War Cradle terrain that you've seen on our battle reports recently. Some of them have been cross-built with the War Cradle terrain. They're beautiful, nothing to say. But you don't get much quantity at all. For sure, not enough to cover the table. And then you always have kind of line of sight on your opponent, and then everybody dies. And by the end of turn 2, someone has been tabled. This is not the funniest way to play the game, and this is the best solution. You can have those islands. This specific set of island, it can be painted in, I think, 4 different ways. I took the volcanic because I think it will be good for northern Icelandic terrain, like ocean, and also for southern volcanic, like tropical Pacific Ocean. So I think it will work best. But you can also have it in a snowy version. You can have a jungle covered version, so very green. And I think there is also a basic just rock texture version. All of this is really cool. And the thing that I wanted to show you is that, well, first I'm actually gonna show you how much it weighs, because like I can tell you like, damn, this weighs quite a bit, but it's hard to share the feeling. If I tell you how much it weighs exactly, might be easier for you. All right, so if I take the smallest arch, it's already almost 200 grams of resin. So when we compare to the icebergs that we received from Warcradle, which fair are much cheaper, but they're not painted, I think it's quite a good deal. If I take this big block right there, it's 400 grams of resin, so again, quite good. And if I take the big boy here, oh, I put this for the beauty. And also I put this because, to be honest, I'm recording a few unboxings all in a while as I have a little bit of time right now and I might not have later. So this is more than a kilo of resin right there and already painted. So, well, you can guess. I'm telling you, like, this feels heavy and it feels good to put on the table. And I know most people will use it for, I don't know, Warhammer, to put a little miniature on top or something. But come on, guys. Isn't this what we've all been waiting for? To really block line of sight, so you can put your aerial, and this thing is higher than your aerial, so it counts as aerial terrain, at least that's how we play it. And this one, it also covers this, like, okay, it's huge islands if you put the scale of humans. But come on, this is exactly what we need to cover our aerials. I'm sorry. I'm very excited for this. And yeah, it's just like perfect. To be honest, what we are going to home rule it as, I think, is that even the archways are gonna block line of sight, because that is going to be the best way to really put some area interdiction to close line of sight, to shut it down. And then probably as soon as you start to be a little bit like under it, then we will consider that it's kind of like the same functioning of islands when you have skimmers, which means that when you are under, you're considered to see through the island and to be seen through it. But for example, if I have my Presidium here and I have this little guy there, they don't see each other. Okay, I break everything. But yeah, if this guy is inside, they start to see each other. That is probably how we're going to play this, especially since, yeah, all of them are high enough to be considered aerial terrain. Then again, up to you guys, but really, for about 150 euros, and I think there is minus 10% with the code that have been shared with me from Gamemat, I will put it in the description. I think this is really, really the best terrain you can get from Dystopian Wars. So we also got these nice game mats. I'm going to show you how they look like, because we received two game mats. One that is with this interesting appearance, as you can see, and I will show you the next one just after. This one is more like a Necron vibe. Trust me, you will see this Necron themed terrain very soon for Dystopian Wars, because I think if you put some industrial stuff, it might look like you're just excavating some ancient bays that have been planted by the Watchers in Dystopian Wars. I think it's gonna look really cool. All right, this is what I wanted to show you. I'm just going to show you the other game mat, and then we will go browsing so I can show you what other terrain are available. All right, I will just make a quick view of this, I will say, Necron themed table, which really does look like it is a Watcher base just underneath. We'll see if we can use this terrain for Armored Clash, or yeah, probably for Armored Clash. I think it can look quite cool to have a refinery tapping directly into this crashed Watcher ship. It will look good. As you can see, my table at home is way too small to make a full 4x6 game mat. It's also one of the reasons why we don't record any battle report at my home. So we just wanted to showcase these little game mats before we go to the next double-sided game mat, so you can have a better view. Here is now the desert themed game mat that we received. I will show you which one it is exactly on the website, but as you can see, I really like the texture. It's detailed enough that it will look beautiful, but it's not too detailed that you cannot put terrain anywhere because it would look weird, etc. This is going to look quite good, I think, on our Conquest battle report, because this does look good for a place where Woodrune and Dwegomes would fight each other, or even Old Dominion for that matter. Yeah, excited of this, and let's switch it around. And the other side of the desert terrain that I ordered, and you will see which one it is exactly later, is this grassland terrain game mat. And again, I really enjoy this appearance, and I will tell you in a second, but as you can see, there is a little details there. And what I like about these mountains, for example, or what we'll see in the mud before, is that if you play it in 28 millimeters, it's a little rock that you can just jump over, kind of like what you see in the hills. And if you play in, for example, 6 millimeters,
it is little hills, really. So it works both ways, especially this mud as well. Like if you play 28 millimeters, well, you can imagine this type of terrain if you ever seen like grass that have been too walked and that have a little bit of earth under. But if you play 6 millimeters, for example, it can be kind of like dried out river entirely with little islands there. And it works in both scales quite well, I think. And that's what I really like about this game mat. Okay, we've seen the terrain, the big thing that I wanted to show you. We've seen the four sides of the game mat. Now let's go on their website to have a look at how you can order, what is available, especially the different Dystopian Wars themed terrain, let's say, and the code that you can use to get a discount.
And we are now on the Gamemat.EU website, where we can see that they have a lot of stuff from the categories. They have folding gaming table, hobby tools, like tons of stuff. There are two things I want to show you. First of all, of course, their Battlemats. They have, like, this is not a huge revolution. You've probably seen this already. They have double-sided Battlemats. We've seen the quality. They are good. And if you like them, if you need them, for sure, it's interesting. They have those. Oh, objective markers. Okay, this is not what I expected. Let's say this 6x4. You see double-sided markers, and those are the ones that I showed you in the video. First one is the double-sided GMAT Chem Zone and Lost World. So this one, and if we can see, yeah, one side here, the second side there. This is the one that I call Necron. It's a Chem Zone. So it is 90 euros for mouse pad material, which is the best level of quality. That is great. Bag included, of course. And the second one is Battleground and Winter Realm version 2. And this is also what no, this is not what I've been showcasing actually at all. Yeah, this is the second one. I was like, but yeah, because I hesitated a while. He offered me like which ones. Hesitated. I did not take this one yet. This is Highlands in War and Sands of Time. Choose this one because probably like this is yeah, the Mud River that we've been talking about. This is probably going to be more generic, more useful for Armored Clash, for Full Spectrum Dominance, all this kind of epic scales game that we're going to cover on the channel. The main thing that I want to show you is here, pre-painted resin terrain, and as we've seen, these terrains are absolutely great. They have lots of different stuff, most of it are supposed to be played with 28mm games, such as Warhammer 40,000. This is, I will show you them first, for 150 euros. This is box I bought many years ago when I started to play 40k with a colleague, Valentin, that you know as Avener, our Covenant/Imperium player on the channel. He now has them at his home, and those are really, really good for 40k. Like it is a budget, 150, but then you have these very heavy, very nice, thick resin pieces that are just great to move around and just to play with. Like you can put some squads on the top of the buildings. Like we don't realize, but this little building that you see here, you can put a whole squad of intercessor marines in there. Like it's quite a large building, and of course those massive ones are that much bigger. So they are great. I really enjoy them. You see there's a little difference. It's pre-order the Gothic. Yeah, it's maybe they changed a couple things. I did not recognize the pointy ends. Great if they updated. This is already the great terrain. They have different other things. This looks interesting, the Fallout Zone set. Of course, amazing if you were playing the Fallout miniature game. Just looks good in general. I will let you scroll around. The one thing that I want to show you is this. Snow rocks, lava rocks, desert rocks, and grassy rocks. Between the moment I recorded the beginning of the video and now, I actually got to record a battle report that you will see, of course, where we showcase those rocks. And damn, this is amazing on the table. They cover so well, and it is really what is needed for Dystopian Wars. The archways, we practice this new rule of they block line of sight until you are under. It's perfect. Like it's really how it feels great to play with. It gives such tactical options. It's amazing. It's probably the best set of terrain that could have been made for Dystopian Wars. Even if it were purpose made, they couldn't have made it better, I think. Like it is amazing. So those you will see them quite often. It's 139 euros. Great.
They say it's 28, 32 millimeter scales. Yes, you could absolutely play it, like put some squads on it or whatever. But for Dystopian Wars, it's so good, so good. Like, highly, highly recommended. There are some videos where you can see, but it's hard to realize the size of it compared to Dystopian Wars on those. Don't worry, like you already seen a little bit, you will see it much better in the battle reports. You also have the same, those desert rocks, which are nice as well, also pro painted, also very much enjoyable. The thing is, like, if I start to collect all of them, I will not have space at all at home to transport them. Do note, while I'm there, the two big ones that you see, if I go up, yeah, the two massive ones, the one that are more than a kilo of resin, they do not fit either in the cane, well, a cane very difficultly, it doesn't close well, and they don't fit at all in the messenger AKs. Because they're just not that are too tall, they're just too thick, too large. So something to take into consideration. You know how much I love to put everything in A cases whenever I need to transport stuff. Those two, they don't work, so I had to take a little transport bag on top of it. This is the annoying part. Probably I will transport them anyway because they look amazing and they're such a big help to make some cover. But still, do note that you will need a solution either to bring them to your gaming store or to leave them there, or like, yeah, one or the other. Or make your friends come to your home to play. They also have, and this looks amazing, the grassy rocks. Like, they all look really well painted and makes me want to have all of them. But again, depending on what game mat you have, you can take one or the other, but they're gonna look great anyway. And again, such a great combo. And finally, the snow rocks, great for ice themed oceans. And I think this is the next one that we'll get on the channel, because they will combo very well with the lava. And you're like, what do you mean? Why? And think of like Iceland, for example, where they have a lot of ice and a lot of like volcanic rocks like this. And I think this is going to be a great combo to have these like red hot stones and those next to each other. I think it would be a great combo. And then we can get some grass, because again, grass next, like these jungle rocks next to volcanic rocks would be great as well. This is what I wanted to show you guys, and yeah, there is a code, I will put it in the description again. Look, if you click add to cart, first of all, I think there is free delivery, if I'm not mistaken. I'm like, okay, I want to proceed to checkout. The code is event24, if I'm not mistaken. Event24, yeah, and you see, minus 10%, I think it is. So that is quite nice. And is there free delivery? I'm not sure. Let's check. No, okay, there is 12 years delivery. So maybe better to buy two of those at the same time. You still enjoy minus 10%. Again, we don't get Love and Wargames anything back from this. It's just like they send us these great terrains. The terrains are very, very high quality, and I cannot recommend them enough. It really, just one set is enough to have some very interesting Dystopian Wars games, because you can hide easily behind them, and it also covers the aerial units. Alright, thank you very much for having watched until the end. If you are interested in this, let me know in the comments. This is just a one-shot we'll do, like we will keep talking about these terrains when we showcase them, and it's probably going to be a while, but we will not make another video on Game Mat in the near future. Maybe we will do when they start to make Oceanic Game Mat, that's for sure. And of course, if they send us more things, we will. But yeah, I just wanted to recommend this to you because I really think it can elevate Dystopian Wars gameplay, and also other games as well. But you know, we are focused on Dystopian Wars first and foremost. Conquest doesn't need any terrain, and so yeah, that is the thing we are interested in. Thank you very much. Until the next video, remember to keep spreading the love all around. Bye.